That's another show, part 2 of Epic MMA.
If you want to see her foam at the mouth.
It literally
Oh my
only
God.
takes 3 seconds. Once a
So
choke
they can
gets
get
applied.
hit in the head.
Yes.
Oh yeah, with 4-ounce gloves, not boxing gloves.
Yeah.
4-ounce gloves, very,
They can
very
protect
small.
themselves too. Though.
Of course.
They're
They have,
So
gonna
my
try.
son, if he comes to you guys, protect my baby's head because he needs his brains for law school.
I got it.
Yeah, protect Jalen's head.
'Cause-
You know, you bring up a good point talking about you need brain for law school. MMA is actually, a lot of people consider it so violent and so oh
Yeah.
man, it's so much worse than boxing. You know, the safety's sake, it's much safer than boxing.
Wow.
The reason for it is in MMA, it's a 4-ounce glove. So with a 4-ounce glove, you can hit me. I don't see it coming. You're going to knock me out. If you're wearing a 16-ounce boxing glove, you're going to have to hit me 20, 30, 40 times in my head before you're actually going to get me to knock out. So that's 20, 30, 40 times my brain is pushing against my skull over and over again. You've never seen, in the history of MMA, you've never seen a punch-drunk MMA fighter, somebody that doesn't speak clearly. They've lost a little bit. But how many professional boxers have we seen? They're just completely punch-drunk, can't really speak. It's because of the amount of hits, if you will, that they've taken in their head over their career. MMA is I've had 13 fights and only been hit in the head in one of those fights.
Wow.
12 of those fights, the guy never even had an opportunity to punch me in the face. I'm a good fighter, but 12 fights and didn't take a hit. Only one fight did I actually get hit. You can't go through a boxing match like that. You're going to get hit in the head quite a few times in a boxing match. So much more safe in that aspect.
So your fighters, do they have to fight you? As part of their...
I'm their coach, so they get to fight me every day. It's funny. I come home with different bruises or different scrapes and cuts, and people always say, where'd that come from? I own an MMA school. I mean, I've yet to have one of my students catch me in a submission. Well, I say I've yet to have. I've had 2 students catch me in a submission in the past 10 years of teaching, and I think they were just as shocked as I was when it happened. I can't believe you did that.
I caught him once. He's caught me at least 500 times.
Wow. I'm enjoying this, guys. We're going to come back after a word from our sponsors.
First Lady Boutique in Hampton caters to women in an ambiance of elegance. First Lady Boutique offers hats, designer clothes, purses, and shoes. And First Lady Boutique is known by the company they keep. You'll find items by Donna Vinci, Ben Mark, DVC Exclusive, and Lily Taylor. Let First Lady Boutique outfit you in style. First Lady Boutique, 947 Big Bethel Road in Hampton. Call them at 251-2211. Hercules Moving of Hampton Roads is your premier moving specialist. Locally owned and operated, Hercules Moving handles every detail of your move, home, or business. Hercules Moving expert staff uses the safest equipment and techniques to ensure that your belongings are treated with the utmost care. No job too small or too large, and they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call Hercules Moving today, 757-409-MOVE.
We're back, and I am here with Epic MMA. Let's talk about the qualifications to work with Epic MMA.
Well, I'm the matchmaker for Epic MMA. So basically what that means is I decide who's going to fight whose experience level matches up with that. As far as to fight on our show, we're really looking for tough guys that come from good schools, that we know that we're going to get a high quality fight out of. No one comes to these shows to see one guy just decimate the other guy. No one wants to see that. They want to see a good quality fight where 2 guys equally have an opportunity to get in there and both win. Doesn't always go that way, but at least we know on paper both of them have the opportunity to get in there and win. As long as you're training, working hard, have fought before, we're not really a sounding board for brand new fighters. We want fighters that have experience. As long as you've done that, we'll give you an opportunity to fight on the show.
Wow. Does wrestling help? If they were a wrestler or a football player?
Yes, most definitely. 85% of all UFC, Strikeforce, WEC champions are former wrestlers. In my opinion, wrestling is the biggest aspect of mixed martial arts. Now, he might disagree because he's a striker, but being a wrestler, I think it's a huge, huge point. Being a wrestler allows you to dictate where the fight's going to be. If you're a good wrestler and you're not so good on your feet, you can take your opponent to the ground where he might not be good. If your opponent is a phenomenal ground guy, he can submit you in a heartbeat on the ground. your wrestling ability will keep that guy from taking you down. So being a good wrestler is huge. It's absolutely huge. You already have one major aspect of the MMA game.
What about the martial arts? If you're a wrestler but you're not good with the martial arts, or you have never been taught martial arts, how would you guys combine that if someone came to you?
Well, let me take that one.
Well, at this point in the game, when the sport got started, it was really to promote a specific aspect of martial arts. Was at that time was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And what it does, it showed everybody what everybody's hole in their game was, and majority of people's hole in the game was their ground aspect, which is submission, grappling, wrestling, or Jiu-Jitsu. And for a while it became very circular. It's like for a while the wrestlers were winning, for a while the jiu-jitsu guys were winning, for a while the strikers were winning. But then it really evolved to a point where if you're not well-rounded, it doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna have a problem. You could be the best wrestler, but you also got to find a way in. If you're going to a guy who's a good striker, you got to find a way in. So if the guy's hitting you and knocking you out, well, your wrestling it defeated its own purpose. Exactly. And then at the opposite end of the spectrum is if you're a good striker, but that's all you have, and a guy knows your game, he's going to shoot under your shots and take you down, and now you're kind of out of luck. So the bottom line is, at this point, if you're going to go to a good school and you have a good coach or a good series of coaches in your school, you have to be well-rounded in the entire game. Because if you're not well-rounded, you're really not going to go far. You might get a lucky few shows, few fighters, especially if you're fighting independent guys. But if you're fighting anybody who has any caliber or any real good qualifications, you're not going far in this sport.
So if you come with wrestling and football background, if you come, are you guys going to teach them martial arts?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
We'll teach them the grappling aspects, and we'll teach them the striking aspects, and they're going to pick it up quicker than the guy that's never wrestled before, because what you have to know also is wrestling. Just wrestling alone is not enough. You still got to know the striking. You still got to know the ground game.
Wow.
But if you come in as a wrestler, that's one of the 3 things that I've got to teach you that you've already gotten. So huge help. It's a huge help no matter what you come in with. If you come in with a Muay Thai background or a striking background, a martial arts striking background, I don't have to teach you that. I just have to teach you how to wrestle and how to grapple. It's just a matter of making sure that you get all of it. And I'm not the best at all of it. That's why I have coaches that specifically teach striking. I teach the ground game in wrestling.
Right. After a word from our sponsors, we'll be back.
It's time once again for Epic MMA live August 20th at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Williamsburg, Virginia. Call 236-2546 now for tickets. Go to facebook.com/epicmma. The best fighters in the country battle it out in the cage. 236-2546. Facebook.com/epicmma. 236-2546 for the best mixed martial arts action in Virginia. Live August 20th. Call 236-2546 now.
We're back with Epic MMA. I want to thank you guys for coming on Wake Up America. I've enjoyed it. Learned a lot. I'm going to have to bring my son by.
Absolutely.
So get a cauliflower ear. So guys, go ahead and throw your punchline in for August 20th. Let the audience know where you're going to be at, what's going on.
All right. We're looking forward to have everybody next Saturday, Epic MMA, August 20th at the Crown Plaza in Williamsburg, Virginia. Check us out at facebook.com/epicmma. See you there.